Today, on the first day of National Donate Life Month, a Standish family is grateful to have their daughter with them. They're also very grateful for a little boy whose special gift made it all possible. Cambry Gadboy Cates almost died just after she was born. She needed a heart valve transplant and got it. Her family knew saving her meant a horrible loss for another family. They wondered about the child that provided this gift. In a special report, Fox 23's Kim Blanc follows the two families brought together by tragedy and hope.
Adrian, this has been an amazing story in many ways. It starts with a baby born in Maine about a year ago, needing a heart valve transplant within the first few days of life. She received that heart valve thanks to the generosity and compassion of a family in Arkansas who had suffered a devastating loss. This is the story of how those two families found each other here in Maine.
Tuesday, December 17th, 2013. Hi, Kim. We are the family of donor Elijah Eli Cole McGinley in Arkansas. We were told
it was this email last December that started a chain of events that brought two families together. Jody and Jesse McKinley of Arkansas lost their son Eli, a twin born with severe spina bifida, almost 5 years ago.
Doctors told us to expect just a few minutes with him. Fortunately for us, he had plans of his own and went on to live 31 more hours after being removed from life support.
That time was a blessing in many ways. It allowed them to reunite Eli with his twin brother Walker for those hours before he died, and it gave them time to make the decision to donate Eli's heart valves so that another child could live.
I think selfishly, I just wanted to know that he fulfilled his journey. I wanted to know that he had a purpose on this earth. That was enough for me because I knew somewhere out there, a child was going to be able to carry on.
They also have spent the last 4 years wondering if their decision had made a difference in another child's life. Donated tissues like valves are very hard to track, but just this past December, just shy of the 5-year cutoff for when the valves would no longer be viable, the McKinleys received word that one of Eli's valves had been successfully transplanted.
We received the news in December that this aortic valve had been used, and it was in Maine. I mean, we were just shocked. I mean, that's across the world for us.
It was some information, but not yet enough to try to get the answer to their prayers.
So the thought came to me. I thought, you know, I need to find a news anchor because news anchors know everything about the states. And I Googled Maine news anchor, and you came up, and then you responded immediately that next morning. My heart jumped.
All right, I love you quicker than a minute. I love you.
Hearts jumped a few weeks later in Standish, Maine, where through pediatric heart surgeon Dr. Reed Quinn, I found the family of Cambry Gadboy Cates. Kiara and Nick's baby girl had received Eli's heart valve, and they too had been wanting to know the other family's story.
For them to be able to do what they did, it tells me that they're an amazing family.
Once both families knew about each other, nothing could stop the McKinleys from coming to Maine. Here in Portland, where the welcoming group gathered, it was a long wait as their flight was delayed.
We're anxious and we're excited, so the final few minutes to go and we'll be reunited.
And then this happened. There is nothing that can take away the pain of losing a child, but wrapping your arms around the child who carries a part of your son's heart sure helps a lot.
Just that last few hours that we were holding him, and I was just holding him close, and I kept whispering in his ear. I wanted to know that he lives on and that he helped whatever child that was.
At a reception for the families later that day, in another moving moment of closure, Jody took a pink stethoscope and listened for the whispering sound of that heart valve at work.
I do.
That's it. Okay.
Okay.
It's working away.
Thank you.
I think that Eli lives on through her, a strong little boy.
It's been a long journey for Team Eli, from Arkansas to Maine, from heartbreak to Heartbeat.
How many people can honestly say that they've saved a life? Not many. So, and I guess to us, he's our ultimate hero.
And because of his brief life, these families are now friends for life. Those two families spent a wonderful 4 days together here in Maine just a few weeks ago, getting to know each other and sharing their gratitude. It was a privilege to be a part of their story. The McKinleys were selected to be in the Rose Bowl parade this past January, honoring organ donors from around the country. Both families continue to spread awareness about how important organ and tissue donation can be. And for more on that, we have another story for you exclusively on the web. Kim Block, Fox 23 News at 10.
A miracle in so many ways. Cambry will need to have another heart surgery in Maine this June. The McKinleys are already making plans to come back to Maine to support their new family. And for more information on the importance of organ and tissue donation, you can find that out on our website. It's WGME.com.